I think I'm in focus. Okay, we'll go with that. This video is probably, well, technically going to be a little bit different. I couldn't get my normal mic to work, so we're trying something new. So if you can't hear me for this one or the next one, I apologize. You'll have to bear with me. The audio is not going to be as good, I don't think. If it's better, then huzzah, but I don't really know what went wrong. So we'll figure it out, but I just wanted to record it anyway. Hence the closer cut is part of this, or closer zoom is part of this. Anyway, yeah, I want to talk about the song Fast Car by Tracy Chapman and a bunch of its covers, because there's a lot of covers because it's a fantastic song. It deserves to have a bunch of covers. It's so good. If you haven't heard it, turn me off and go listen to it. Because what are you doing? It's also very hot in my room, so you'll have to bear with me if I have to turn on a fan. So if you hear some buzzing, you're going to have to also deal with that. I apologize. Yeah, so I was talking with my girlfriend yesterday about Fast Car and covers of it, and there was a specific cover that I liked, but then the more we were talking about it, I was like, wait, I think I actually dislike this cover now. And that kind of sparked this whole idea. And that is the cover by Passenger. Sounds good, he sings well, but I realized yesterday while I was listening to both of them, the original and the cover and other covers, I realized that he cuts out like the second half of the song, which completely changes the message of the song. Passengers is like, they're both wistful and escapist, but Passengers is like young and free and hopeful, whereas Tracy Chapman's original song is much more tragic, and doesn't believe in the same dream that that the Passenger song believes in. Like, the beginning of the song believes in the dream, the end of the song doesn't. And there's a lot of important lyrics in the second half of the song that Passenger's version just doesn't have. And it's really a strange choice, I think. So I wanted to talk about it. And I'll talk about that part first, and then I'll go in and I'll talk about some other aspects of covers and performances of the song. In Tracy Chapman's song, it starts as like they're young and they want to, like, you know, have a better life, and we is kind of the pronoun used in a lot of the lyrics. It's I've been working, you have a fast car, we have a dream, we have to make a decision. But by the end of it, it changes to you have to make a decision. Because she no longer, like, she can't leave now, but he kind of can. And this is because earlier in the song, the beginning of the song talks about how much her father drank and that her mom left because she wanted a better life. Later in the song, the partner she's singing about suddenly is out drinking all of the time and spending more time with his friends than he is with their children. Like, later in the song, they're married, they have children, and he's doing the same thing that her dad was and why her mom left. But in this song, she has to stay, and he gets the choice to get in his fast car and leave. And it's really, really tragic. And Passenger's song doesn't include any of this shift, any of this tragedy. It just ends with, you've got a fast car, we've been saving money, we can make a decision and go live how we want to live. And it's a very different song. And it was really annoying when I realized that Passenger's cover left this part out, because I really, really, really like the the story being told in Chapman's original Fast Car. That's my main big gripe. The other things I'm going to talk about, I have a list. The other main things I'm going to talk about are just kind of other points and notices and things I noticed listening to a bunch of different covers, because I did that this morning. The first is the number of duet covers that this has. Tracy Chapman actually performed this at, I think it was the Emmys a couple months ago, half a year ago, with the country guy that did a cover, and it kind of came back into some popular highlight spotlights for a moment. And in that song, they actually changed it in the last line of, instead of "you have a fast car, you have to make a decision," it's back to "we." It's "we have to make a decision," because that makes more sense as a duet. But again, drastically changing the meaning of the song. And so, I don't know. I don't like it. So most of the time, duets do this. There were a couple that I listened to that didn't. They kept the original lyrics. But I thought it was interesting that, like, yeah, I can see how this would be an interesting, like, kind of, like, you might want to change this if you're doing a duet because of the kind of the tragic nature of the relationship at the end of the song. I thought this was interesting about the duets. And I do think that I just kind of prefer the solo performance because it fits the narrative of the song better. The second kind of extra bonus point here is instrumental. I listened to a cover that was piano, and then as it built up, it added in some like strings, like violin, cello maybe. And it didn't hit nearly as hard as the guitar covers did. Something about this song really, really works well with a guitar. And like drums as it builds. But even like just a guitar works. So I was really surprised because I like piano. But there's something more intimate and personal about guitars that make this song more emotional, I think, than piano and other stringed instruments. So I just thought that was an interesting kind of difference. All of the covers that use guitars, I think, were more impactful and sounded better than the piano ones that I listened to. Then the third part I want to talk about here is just Tracy Chapman. I love her voice. She sings phenomenally. Just an amazing performance. There's a particular live performance that I really, really loved. I'll link it in the description, I guess. I think you should go listen to it. This performance is what I think about when I think about this song. Like, I don't think of the studio recording. I think about this live performance. It feels so deeply personal, despite the fact that it is a concert. And oh my gosh, it just sounds wonderful. Again, Tracy Chapman is a wonderful artist and has a beautiful singing voice. There's something about like her voice is deeper than most people doing the covers. And it really imbues the song with a lot of sadness. And I think a lot of people take this song and try and go for a more cheerful note, but I think the tone and the lyrics of this song really are quite tragic. And I think that's part of what makes this song, A, the immensely popular song that it is, but B, just such an emotionally impactful song. That's pretty much all I got. This one was much more of just kind of like a bullet points one. These are things I was thinking about as I was listening to different covers. Um, I I might do some more about music and lyrics and stuff. I'll do at least one more. At some point, I want to do a video on Paul Simon's album Graceland. I think, like, if you ask me what my favorite album of all time is, I would say Graceland. Like, it's so good. So maybe I'll touch on that at some point if I feel like talking more about music. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this one. Um, Hopefully, all of the microphones worked and that this is actually publishable. If you're seeing this, then huzzah.